Richard Southern joins us again for our interesting stories chat. And Richard, superstitious or not, I've got this feeling of doom hanging over our interesting stories chat today.
Oh no. Did I lose my script? What's going to happen here?
Hopefully not.
It's Friday the 13th. Are you worried about Friday the 13th? Does that bother you?
No, yes and no. Like, I don't tend to overthink it, but I do get quite superstitious sometimes. However, I hear 13 is a lucky number for some people, so there's that as well.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows how this whole Friday the 13th business got started. I mean, certainly it spawned this movie series. Remember Jason Voorhees? Of course you do.
Yes.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
yes.
Spooky.
But as far as why it became superstitious, nobody's quite sure. Some people think it has biblical origins. Jesus crucified on a Friday. There were 13 guests at the Last Supper. A lot of people do fear Friday the 13th. In fact, there's a word for the fear of the number 13. Fricadescophobia is how it's pronounced, I think. Research suggests, though, that it may not be a very unlucky day after all. Studies have shown that Friday the 13th has little or no effect on events like accidents or hospital visits, although a few bad things have happened. Remember the movie Alive, that plane crash of a South American soccer team? They had to eat each other. That happened on Friday the 13th, 1972. It did spawn one of the highest grossing film series of all times. We were just talking about there. So that's your fun facts when it comes to Friday the 13th. There's only another one this year, and that's October the 13th.
Wow, a double whammy. 1 year.
There you go. There'll be a scary one in October.
All right, now Prince Harry's new book dropped earlier this week, and there's been no shortage of people lining up to take shots at the so-called spare air.
Really? I hadn't heard about it. I'm kidding. That's all we heard about.
It's been all over the place.
Have you read it?
No, I have not read it, but I have read all the hot takes on Twitter. I've seen all the hot takes on TikTok, and it's quite overwhelming.
People say it's rife with errors, though. Like, he claimed that his wife, Meghan, did everything she could to get her dad to fly from Mexico to the UK for their royal wedding. He wrote in the book, quote, Air New Zealand, first class, booked and paid for by Meg. Air New Zealand, though, quick to speak up, saying they've never offered flights between Mexico and the UK, and they've never offered a first-class service either. Others pointed out that Harry claimed in the book that he was in school when he found out the Queen Mother died. Photos showed he was actually on a ski trip. He also wrote that his late mother, Princess Diana, bought him an Xbox for his 13th birthday. The Xbox didn't exist until 2001, after Diana's death. But don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. I'm loving this whole Harry thing.
Is he lying? Because it sounds really juicy reading everything that's been happening.
He also said he did some drugs, so maybe that clouded the memory a bit, Who knows?
Who knows? There's that for sure. Now, there's a new theme park in the U.S., and this one should be on every video game enthusiast's bucket list.
Especially like people like us who grew up maybe playing Super Mario. This is wild. This is in Orlando. It's the Super Mario World that's opening. And look, you're walking through a green pipe, cool. Just like Mario and Luigi did. This is in Universal Studios. And it's like you're a character in the Mario games. There are life-size mushrooms. There are question mark blocks to jump on. There's even Bowser's Castle. You use a wristband to collect coins all over the land, just like, Mario did in the game. There's the princess. And, of course, there's rides, too. It's a soft opening right now. The land officially opens on February 17th. How cool is that?
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that idea. I'd go there and love to meet Princess. She was my favorite.
Yes. Yeah. All the video game nerds will be flocking to Orlando now. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, trip to Orlando. Well, thanks so much, Richard. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Monday.
Take care.